Welcome to the Bandits Podcast. I am your co-host, Marcus Dalzell.
And I am Caleb King.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Israel.
Sup, I'm Junaid.
Howdy, I'm Robbie Bland.
We got a good show for you today. This is our third episode recorded on November 1st, 2020.
That's my birthday.
And that's Robbie's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
Happy 21.
How's everyone doing today?
Well,
I'm in a bad mood.
Are you in a bad mood?
Just something League of Legends related that nobody cares about.
he's losing a bet.
And also I'm fasting and my body is not in sync with what it should be in sync with.
How much money is at stake in this League of Legends?
$300.
Jeez.
That's rent.
Yeah, that is rent.
That's 1 month's rent.
Don't dox us.
What about you, Zero?
Don't dox us.
I'm whatever. I kind of just didn't get too good of sleep today, so I'm just like barely alive right now.
Why don't you just sleep again?
Because we went to Trudy's and then we hung out and watched a movie and
Well, during the whole time you could have slept just another time.
yeah, but oh well, I didn't.
Because whenever I don't get enough sleep, I just sleep again.
I'm always apprehensive of doing that because you sleep a little again to fix that, and then you can't sleep later, and then it just
Yeah.
creates a whole cycle.
I
Fuck
like-
it. I don't got no schedule,
Yeah,
so
like
I just deal with it.
That's
You're
a
right.
privilege.
You don't have no schedule.
It's awesome.
You're a hobo with money.
You know?
Well, a hobo would imply that he's homeless, and he does, in fact, live in a home.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
that was a fucking astounding observation.
I'm full of them. They call me Captain O.
No, they
No,
don't.
they don't.
No, they don't.
Shut the fuck
No.
up.
No one has ever
Nobody
called
has
Die.
called you that.
The O stands for obvious.
The O stands for shut up forever.
True.
Robbie, how was your birthday?
It was good. It was
It's
real
still
good.
going on.
Yeah, it's still going on, I guess.
Is it the best
I
birthday
guess.
ever?
It's not the best birthday ever.
Fucking why not?
I mean, pandemic. We're stuck in a house all day, and we went out to eat, but that's like it.
You can
I
legally
wanted to
drink.
go to like Six Flags, ride a roller coaster, go do laser tag, or have a party at the very least. But all of that is irresponsible at this time. So
Well, sorry you get to hang out with your friends during a pandemic
no,
and make a
that-
podcast.
that wasn't a
Yeah.
complaint. I'm having a good time. But your question was, is this the best? And like, it's not the best.
Okay, well, if I was the judge, it is the best.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're having the best birthday on my birthday.
What was your best birthday? Can you remember your best birthday?
I think it honestly might have been my 18th when the Robbie Bland shirt was created after a few rounds of TKO on the Jackbox Party Pack.
Was that at your house?
It was at my house.
Is that where the shirt came from?
That's where the shirt
Yeah.
came
Oh,
from.
I
It
did
was-
not know that.
It was a gift for me on my 18th birthday.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good
Wow.
friend Chris McCauley got it for us.
Chris got it. I did not
Might,
know that.
might have to censor his last name.
Why?
I don't know if that's responsible.
Chris
to say or
Banker.
not. Yeah,
We'll
Chris,
call
it.
Chris
We're all-
Banker
Chris
got
We're all
that.
Banker.
associated with Chris McCauley.
Yeah, because
Uh,
now we've said his name and his profession.
So, he's our friend.
We can dox
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he lives in League City.
It's one of those things that
League of
you're
Legends
not
City.
sure if it's like responsible to do, Like,
What?
I don't care if people know my full name, but other people might
Well,
be
Chris
more
has a-
apprehensive about
Chris
that.
has a Twitter.
That he
It's
never
public.
uses. He
No,
has an
he-
Instagram that's private that he
CJ
doesn't
McCauley.
post on. So
Dude, your argument's just falling apart.
Dude, his name is CJ McCauley on Twitter. if you
he
didn't
was
want
on
to
this.
know that.
He was on the Spaz Out podcast where he did use his full name.
Nobody
so.
cares
Astounding
about
In
Chris.
hindsight.
Nobody
That-
gives a
that
fuck
pod-
about Chris.
I do. I
man.
care. He got me the Robbie
No,
Bland
I'm not
shirt,
talking
and I
about
thank him
you.
for that.
I'm talking about anyone that's listening to this podcast. They don't give a fuck who Chris McCauley is.
They
no
might-
one cares.
They
I
might
guess.
later.
Who, what does that mean?
They might as the show progresses. We might talk about it more.
That
Anyways,
was a very ominous statement. They might later.
They might
I
later.
wanted to say I think that might have been my best birthday because I had a really good time. Caleb was there, Chris was there, Kevin Serrano was there. We
Another name, another full name.
that doesn't matter.
Oh, just call him Kevin Accountant,
Kevin accountant,
Kevin
Kevin
accountant.
student, more
who
realistically.
lives in Deer Park.
Not anymore.
Okay.
But yeah,
keep
Just
going.
Give us a
keep
whole
going.
timeline
keep
of
going.
his
And-
life over 2 years.
Yeah, his
Uh,
phone number is 832.
a few more people were there. It was a good time. I had a great day that birthday.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so
That's awesome.
that's no diss to this birthday. It's just it's fine.
Yeah.
And we'll do it up next year. We'll go to Six Flags or something. Have a real good time.
We can go right after this.
No, No.
They're closed
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, but they would be closed anyway. It'd be dark.
We could break in and then get like caught by the police or something like that
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah, or something.
That'd be fun.
Something.
I really miss roller coasters. It's been a big hamper on this whole pandemic thing.
Hamper?
I don't know what that word was. I just said it.
A big hamper.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
the thing that you put dirty laundry in.
Yeah. Like I think damper.
Damper's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Hamper sounds right, man.
Yeah.
Caleb, I think you and I both agree. I don't really like roller coasters.
Okay, so I like them. I just have to force myself to get on them.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I was like, that was cool. But the whole time during, I'm like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'll never
Yeah.
forget riding the Joker.
Oh, that was
with
fun.
you. The fucking
whole
pendulum
time,
ride.
The whole time, I'm like, were you right next to me?
I was right
love
next to you.
pendulum rides. Pendulum
You-
rides are the only kind of
I
rides
love
that is the
the
world's,
Joker.
Are those
that's
the
the
ones that
world's
go
tallest
backwards?
pendulum ride.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And where is it?
Six
It's in
Flags.
Six Flags.
Fiesta, Texas, San Antonio. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If it's still up.
That sounds terrifying.
Dude,
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was me.
Compare it to the Kima Boardwalk Pharaoh ride.
Fucking not even close.
No,
really?
Yeah.
No,
Really?
the Joker.
Does it go upside down?
No.
It goes,
But
it basically goes upside
it
down.
goes so high,
Oh,
it's
man.
basically upside down, and the horizon almost inverts when you go that high up.
It's so
man.
fucked, man.
It's
and
so
I was on
fucking
Do
there,
y'all feel
cool.
that feeling in like your crotch when you go on
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Dude, that's so weird.
and then I was just like, because Bella was right next to me and Robbie's on the other side, and I'm just like fucking,
Hold
I ha-
gripping.
yeah.
Death
Like,
gripping, man. Just
I'm just like, this is fucked. This is fucked.
I think I
this is
lost
fucked."
circulation
I was like,
in my
oh,
leg.
this
Yeah.
is fucked. This is so fucked. The
He's like,
whole time.
Robbie! Ah! And his girlfriend's just sitting right next to him.
Dude,
You're
it
holding
was-
on to Robbie.
yeah. I was
Bella
holding
already
on-
flew away.
I was holding on to both of them. Yeah, it was fun.
You hold on to both of them, they fly away, but their legs are still in your hands because you were gripping them so hard.
Oh, it was a good time. And then after that, we went and rode the teacups, and then
I
our
remember
friend
this.
our friend
Fuck the
threw up
teacups.
on that.
Yeah.
Who threw up again?
Brandon,
Oh,
fellow
yeah.
star bandit.
The
He-
teacups were actually nuts because it's
Yeah.
a fucking kid ride.
It
and then we
is.
got on it, and then we just kept spinning the wheel in the middle.
Yeah.
And
Threw
then
up.
You like died on
Yeah.
that ride. Like you
We
were
all
just
fucking-
face down, like not even articulating
It's not even
anything
fun.
anymore.
Like,
No expression.
I was just dizzy to the point of just confusion.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then Brandon, he got off the ride and he's like, I need a minute. And he just sat down and then just projectile vomited. And then he just started cackling, like
Yeah.
just Joker laughing, like, and it was so surreal that the park operator was like, do you need help? Do you need first aid? Are you okay? And he's
That's
like, no,
awesome.
I'm fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so every time I go back to that Six Flags, I salute the teacup ride. Oh, that good time.
I don't believe that for a fucking
No,
second.
that's not true.
I do. I'm always
he
like
goes there,
that.
puts his prayer rug down, starts
Oh,
going at it.
man.
I'm like that.
He
that
faces Mecca. and just,
Go into town. But
That-
Mecca's the teacup ride.
that ride has a story.
yeah.
And it was so bad that after we were done with that ride, they like closed it for the day.
Wow.
Because we went by it later and it was just not operating.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring up like something a very weird yet I guess interesting if you find the interest in it topic where I want to talk about really dumb fan theories. Have y'all ever like looked into any before, like
Oh,
of your
yeah.
favorite show or movie or whatever the fuck?
I'm pretty sure I've written some.
Really?
Like game theory type.
Just yeah, I
oh
guess
man, game
game theory,
is stupid.
anything.
Sometimes.
like one
Sometimes
of
it's like wow, but other times it's
like
like
a
dude,
like
what?
a really bad one. A really
True.
what I've kind of noticed about like a lot of them is that basically. Are you good, Janae? Dude, Janae's like having a heart attack. You can't hear it.
dying.
I'm sorry. You can keep going.
Okay, yeah. From what I've just gathered, just looking into them, as little as I try to do, unless like I stumble across one in like a video, It's just basically, I think it just shows how bad like fans really want a show to be either boring or like like the events just never happen. Like that seems to be a theme I notice. Like in a really boring one, in spoilers for the ending, at the last episode of Breaking Bad, some people.
Dude, we have someone who haven't
Sorry.
seen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just
The
skip over that
show is
one
like
then.
10 years
you-
old,
Yeah, but
man.
even
Do you
then-
know the fan theory though?
No, I was
It's
about to
super
say it.
popular. It's super popular.
Well, it's a.
Like,
I think it might
if
be a
I
different
say
one.
if I say it, that means I accept it, and then I will know how it ends. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll say a different one then with a character that's involved. Okay, so this is like a really like I'll see you back in space, Jesse moment where some people think that like Mike Ehrmantraut is Jesse from the future and he time traveled back in time to like
What?
put Jesse on the right path, which I
That's
don't see
fucking
at all. There's
stupid.
no resemblance. I mean,
Wait, that's an actual theory.
that's
someone
that's
came
a
up
theory I just found a couple of
with. Is
minutes
that
ago.
Mike is a time traveler. And
Mike
it's
is Jesse from the future, and he time travels back in time to
That
tell
is
to
so
put
dumb.
himself on the right path.
Why would
or
you
something.
even
Oh,
try to
man.
incorporate something
Because
like
people,
that into
because
that
people
franchise?
like to make it either
Yeah.
just more fantastical or
The show
make
is
it
so
fake.
much better without that.
Yeah, the
Can you
show
imagine-
becomes dumb
Can
when
you
you
imagine
do
like
something
a,
like that.
like a Terminator entrance of like a naked Mike, an old ass saggy man just standing up and then stealing clothes and like looking at Jesse. And he was like, "I'm gonna help you out, Jesse."
Mr. White, I'm a clone, bitch.
Mr. White, I'm a clone, yo.
I read a dumb fan theory about Breaking Bad one time.
Okay, what
It said that Walt Jr. had cerebral palsy. That's just
Dude,
yeah,
that's-
I don't know
that's
why people would
crazy.
think that.
That's crazy.
I don't know how they
Yeah.
would have got that.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's not
Palsy
any.
is not a word. I don't.
yeah.
A really dumb one too is that
cerebral
like
hamper.
John Wick is
not gonna live that one down. All right.
Some people also like to think for another like, oh, what if it wasn't real scenario, like where John Wick is actually like in a Matrix programming thing, because in the Matrix, like with Keanu Reeves' character, I forget his name, Neo, his character Neo.
Yeah.
And
he,
John
like-
Wick. His
Yeah,
character
John Wick
Neo
from
and
Fortnite.
John Wick.
John Wick from Fortnite. Yeah. Yeah.
The Fortnite cinematic universe.
Yeah. Some people think that like in the Matrix, when Neo needs to learn how to fight off whatever the fuck, I can't remember the name of the force that they have to fight. Is it literally just called the Matrix that they're fighting?
No, it was like they had a name. It was like operators
Yeah.
or something.
Just the people that are after them to
Yeah.
try to destroy the world. He like learns kung fu and everything like that and goes in like a fake simulation. So people think that like, what if John Wick was actually just Neo like in another badass training simulation? And it's just like, it's just like, why would you try to take away the fun and interesting environment that like these movies create?
Are they even related at all?
no.
No, it's just like what I get that maybe people like try to not project them, and maybe that's just how I tend to read them, and maybe it's just like a little like, oh, you know.
That raises
Another
an
thing.
But that makes no sense.
Another
though.
thing like that, and I don't know if this is an actual theory or just a meme, but like the whole Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Titanic drowned at the end, and then he woke up on the shore in Inception.
I heard a different one where he's actually from the future too for some reason.
In Titanic? Or
Yeah,
in-
because I guess maybe he traveled back in time and fell in love and then fucking died. I don't know. I didn't read into that one though.
Okay.
It was just from when I was just.
But
scrolling through.
I'm sure they're not serious. I'm sure it's just like
No,
thought play.
no.
But it would be interesting if like Dom Cobb. I think that's his name. Dom Cobb from Inception.
Yeah.
Was whoever the fuck
Yeah.
from Titanic.
It's
It's interesting to think about, but
Yeah.
obviously I would never want it to actually.
I think that type of thought is only destructive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to the,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think
just
that
takes away the fun.
Those two things that happen, like there will be fan theories, and then there will be people who are like, oh, why would they make like a sequel to that, or why would they connect these two things? Like
Yeah.
they're doing it because you are making all these theories for that. Like you're asking it in an indirect way, you know?
Yeah.
I think a fun one, and this isn't really fun, but like a more like I guess on a positive note, like this is an interesting fan theory. I don't find it too true, but I can see why people would believe it. The aliens and signs aren't actually aliens; they're demons and maybe the family is like in a purgatory of hell.
Yeah, on
And
a positive note.
I think that's interesting because of the slow environment the movie makes. But even then, it's just like there's no other signs, and the movie's about religion and God and faith and I don't know.
I can
demons.
see how you might take
Yeah.
that away, given the main character being an ex-preacher trying to find what he
Yeah.
believes about God. Has anyone seen Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker?
Oh God, that movie's just a fan
Oh,
theory.
that's the last one. of
That's the most
No,
recent
I
one.
That
haven't.
movie was written and directed by Reddit.
Who
No, it
Who-
was not.
No,
Who
it's,
here-
it's-
Reddit would have made a better movie.
maybe.
who here genuinely cares about what happens in that
I don't
movie?
care.
Janae?
No,
Okay.
Oh,
you
you
should
saw it
not
with
care.
us.
Yeah,
okay,
you should
yeah.
not
4chan
care.
Trolls. It was written by 4chan Trolls.
Yeah, me too.
Because that movie is what happens when a fan theory becomes canon.
That sucks.
What happened?
Palpatine's behind it all.
So the main character of the new
Luke Skywalker?
Disney sequels was Rey, and she didn't have a last name. And so ever since the first movie where she was introduced, fans were trying to figure out who she is in relation to the greater context of the world, because episodes 1 through 6 are a Skywalker story. It's the story of the Skywalker bloodline, Anakin to Luke. And so people are like, oh, well, she must be a Skywalker. But then the antagonist of the new series is Kylo Ren, who is the child of Princess Leia and Han Solo. And Leia is a Skywalker. So Kylo Ren is the Skywalker in these movies. So like, okay, Rey is probably not a Skywalker because that wouldn't make sense. And so fans spent a long time trying to figure it out. And there were two competing theories, that she was Obi-Wan Kenobi's daughter or that she was Darth Sidious Sheev Palpatine's daughter.
yeah,
I don't even know what
And
that is.
it's Star Wars.
you don't know
talk.
what is?
The 4-word sentence that you just said.
Darth Sidious is Darth Vader's master. His regular politician name is Sheev Palpatine.
Okay.
And in Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, it is revealed that Rey is actually Palpatine's daughter,
Wow.
which makes absolutely no fucking
Who would
sense
sleep
in
with
the great
Palpatine?
that
Well,
who
no. In Star Wars.
oh
episode
wait, I'm
3,
sorry,
and
not her daughter, her granddaughter.
Oh, he.
So
Okay.
he fucked someone
No.
who
it
then
wasn't-
fucked someone else
It
Wow.
wasn't.
to create her.
It
That's a
wasn't. It
train
wasn't. I don't
wreck.
think it was fucking. Because remember in episode 3, they're explaining like the Metro Chlorians, and they're like they put their cum in
No,
the
no, no.
Galactic Jedi.
No,
In a galactic
Cells.
Jedi.
stop.
How
Well,
big
that's-
is
I'm
the
having-
Galactic Jedi?
I'm having a hemorrhage here.
Hemorrhage.
There's no cum involved.
Happy birthday.
Well, I mean, that's like that's like
In
the, the funny term.
in the greater canon, you can manipulate midichlorians, which are the
Jedi cell.
the things that give people the Force. You can manipulate them to create life. There was only one Sith Lord that was known to do it, who created Anakin Skywalker through the Force, because
Oh, wait,
Anakin
what?
Anakin was basically Space Jesus in
Yeah,
Star Wars.
I remember he was Space Jesus, but I don't
Because-
remember it ever
yeah.
explaining who.
It's never
Yeah,
explained in the
it's-
movies. It's explained in the books and
really?
the comics
Wait,
and
so
whatnot.
who did it?
Darth Plagueis, who is Darth Sidious's master.
Okay.
And you remember in episode 3, Darth Plagueis the Wise was able to create life. ironic.
Yeah. Okay.
And so,
Interesting. I
yeah.
did not know that.
But
That was never explained to me. So
yeah,
I'm glad.
I
I,
really,
I
that-
recommend the Darth Plagueis book on the side. It's a pretty good
So
Star Wars novella.
That's how Darth Sidious or whatever gave birth to.
No, there's nothing explained about her lineage yet, as far as I
What?
know.
And there never will be, right?
Probably not, because Disney realized how much of a train wreck it was and just
God.
and now
gave up.
they're just focusing on little TV things like
And
the
so-
Mandalorian.
there was this fan theory that came out after episode 7, the first in the new line of sequel movies, that was, oh yeah, Rey is a Palpatine because in the Force vision you can hear Palpatine's laughter in the background. And I think Disney, who had no plans or ideas for this trilogy at all, just saw that and they're like, oh, that went viral. People want that.
Well, no,
These people thought about it more than we
Yeah.
did.
we'll do that.
Abrams was I guess
JJ.
Disney technically approved my nuts. JJ Abrams technically approved. See episode 2 for reference. J.J. Abrams technically had full creative control over episode 9, though. And remember in that one interview, he was like, for every story idea that was presented to me or I literally just said, fuck it. And I'm going to make whatever I want. Yeah. So
I didn't see
That's
that.
crazy.
I'll send you the article.
J.J. Abrams?
Yeah, he's just in an interview where he just said, fuck it.
He did episode 9?
Yeah, he directed.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He did.
Yeah.
He did episode 7, and then for episode 8, they gave it to Ryan Johnson, who undid everything Abrams set up in episode 7.
Yeah.
So then Abrams was obviously pissed because his mystery box got shit on, and so then episode 9, he undid everything Ryan Johnson did, and then just fucking stamped the rest of the movie.
Episode 7 was really good.
It was a
was
fine
really good.
setup to what could have followed.
Yeah,
What-
I was so excited for like the remaining
Yeah, me
movies.
too.
Whenever I saw episode 7, I was like, this is amazing.
If-
and then episode 8 came out, and I was like, cool, like this is all right so far. Kind of boring though. And then like the whole once the thing with what was her name, Leia, she died in space or whatever. Once that happened, and then she has the Force. I was
Yeah,
like, they
no.
don't care.
No
anymore.
setup
They
at
don't
all.
care
No.
anymore.
My
That
only
was
gripe with episode 7 is we didn't get to see the big 3 reunite on screen. Luke, Leia, Han.
Oh,
They
Yep.
never they never once meet in the movie.
That's weird.
Only just Leia and Han.
They
That'd be
had
awesome if they met.
The perfect opportunity to do that.
You know, good and well that all of the actors wanted
Oh,
their
that-
characters to meet.
Mark
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I
complained.
hate everything you did to my character.
Mark
Did he
Hamill.
say that?
No,
He
yes,
did say
there
that.
was
He
an
said
interview
it.
That's
where
awesome.
He said
he
it.
seems like an awesome guy.
He said it and
He's
then he
pretty alright.
unsaid
Let's
it.
get him on the show.
yeah, we could get him.
That'd
Welcome.
be generous.
Yeah.
But
Another type of fan theory I really don't like, to wrap this up real quick, is also just like, what if this side character, the main character, was actually an illusion the whole time? Like, what if Nemo was actually an illusion for what was the main guy's name in Nemo?
Nemo.
Marlin, right?
Marlin, yeah.
Marlin.
Wait,
It's like
Marvin?
what if
I
Marvin?
don't know. Marvin's room.
It's I think Marlin or Marvin, but like it's like,
Drake.
what if this
Shut the
character?
fuck up.
What if like this character was actually made to like help them cope with the loss of whatever this happened?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
shut
dumb.
the
That's
fucking
dumb.
up.
Well, I mean, that's kind of dumb because in the movie, Nemo influences the world around him.
Yeah.
And if it was an illusion, he would not have influenced
Can
the
you ima-
world around him.
And I guess maybe you could say like, oh well, Dory is unreliable with everything.
Yeah.
But
When
even
did we
then-
get on Nemo?
Well, she literally
Huh?
We're
has
talking about
amnesia.
dumb fan theories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I
the
guess-
reason why that's so dumb is because that's fucking useless and adds
Yeah.
nothing to the
Yeah.
story.
Oh yeah, no,
Like
that
I don't
too.
even understand. Why would you want to change it? Like
Yeah.
what?
Who
You
wants
have-
that?
You
Yeah.
have
Why
like
would
a
you want that to
you
be
have
real?
you have a
Actually-
perfectly set up.
Ferb is just a robot.
Yeah.
I could
That
see
Phineas
Ferb being
built.
a robot.
Yeah.
We've seen Ferb
And
as
the-
a robot. Never mind.
Like
Spoilers.
those theories mean nothing.
Yeah.
It provides nothing.
Just
Just
that's
trash.
pretty much
Um,
the end goal.
Sometimes fan theories are to cope
Cope
with
with
I
what?
can see
something that has
I can
happened.
see that.
Cope
Every-
with them ending? Like
Has
with the show
everyone here played Halo Reach?
It's been
Yeah.
a while. Actually,
you
no.
know- you know
I've
how
only
it
played
ends.
multiplayer.
Games
I've
are
only played
legendary.
multiplayer.
You can spoil it.
I
Yeah.
don't think I don't think it's too big. The
Cope.
main character dies at the end. Noble
What was
6.
his name?
Noble 6.
Okay, I remember hearing
Yeah.
about that on the playground.
The last mission is like really cool. You're last man standing on a
Yeah.
planet that's doomed, and you're just fighting against fucking hordes of enemies until you just die.
Yeah.
And as you take damage, your like vision becomes obscured because your helmet and armor's breaking down. Anyways, after your character dies, there's then like a wide shot of the planet being destroyed by them just raining hellfire down on the planet. And there is this permanent recurring fan theory among Halo fans that Noble 6 didn't actually die. He hid in a cave while the planet was being
Okay.
destroyed, and he's still out there somewhere.
The
Wait.
cave is just floating off into space.
I-
That's actually really funny.
Okay.
What if, okay, Halo,
Two
the
things.
reboot of Halo should just have like a little like cave like floating around. in
Well,
the
there's
background.
always like if a trailer for Halo Infinite comes out, there's always like at least one video of someone like with the fucking red dot in the circle on
Yeah.
something in the background being like, "That's the cave that Noble 6 is hiding in. He's
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
come
these-
out. He's
these-
gonna be in the game."
These 2 pixels, man. I just
things.
know it.
All right, one, I heard about this theory on, I'm pretty sure, the playground. I'm
That's
pretty
awesome.
sure I
That's
remember this
awesome.
theory.
It's a playground theory.
Like back then when it was like relevant. And also, I would not put it past them to actually make that true.
No.
And and have him in a cave floating because Master Chief was in a broken ass ship floating in, I think, Halo 4.
Yeah.
Like he woke up and he was in some broken ass ship, and Cortana was like, "Hey, wake up! I'm trying to wake you up for years."
God,
and he's like,
no.
"Oh, I'm waking up. Where's the money?"
Master Chief.
I wouldn't put it past them.
telling me what you're doing on that aircraft?
Sir.
Sir, where's the money?
Sir.
Noble
Sir.
6, you're awake. Where's the money?
Sir, I need my unemployment check.
And like you think it's a joke at first, but then these people just have it in their hearts that Noble Six did not die on Reach,
Yeah.
and that he went in a cave and survived the planet being glassed, and he's still out there somewhere.
And that's a huge middle finger to like the game producers.
Yeah. Like, oh, this is how I want to end my story. No.
It's
Yeah.
It's just major copage.
It
is
is.
all
Wait,
it
it's
is.
also
That's such a lame thing to cope with. Sorry
Yeah.
for interrupting you.
No, you're good.
That's such a imagine coping about a fucking video game story.
No, I agree. I think it's a middle finger, but also kind of like complimenting them in that they could make a story where they could hide the fact that
Like they
he's
cared
still
about it
alive.
so much.
Yeah, they cared about it so much
Yeah,
that they wrote it in
yeah.
a way that was ambiguous at the end, even though it was not.
Right.
Honestly, for a joke, I would just love for that to happen. Like he's just like sitting in a cave, like out in the middle of nowhere, just like
What
just,
if his
hunched
dead
over.
body is in the cave?
Yeah. What if his
There's a game you go
It's a
onto
counter
Reach,
middle finger.
the ruins of Reach, and
yeah.
you're exploring a cave, and there's Noble
You see his
Six.
helmet?
Just
No.
His
dead.
helmet,
No,
his
no.
neck floating like.
no, it's like
Space.
it's like an unrelated after credit scene. Like the whole story has nothing to do with it. It's like this crazy pan move in. It's like trying to like build up the audience attention, and you see like a fucking skull.
And there's blood like
Yeah.
globs over it.
Yeah,
and
I
down
tried.
Under it is just this is canon, just blaring.
Yeah. Where's the money?
He wrote in his own blood where I found the money.
It was in the cave.
Yeah, it's just like
It's just a meme. It's like it's a meme when you find the money.
It's a 4-panel.
the whole thing is just that you explicitly do not see him die on screen, because at one point his helmet falls off, and then
Yeah.
you're only stuck in the POV of the helmet, and then you see him just fucking
Yeah.
boxing aliens.
Yeah.
And then he falls to the ground, and then it looks like they're going to stab him, but you never like see him actually get stabbed because it's just in the corner of your vision.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then the rest of the story is, it's his mask, and his helmet, and there's a time lapse of the planet being destroyed, and you're like, he's basically dead. There's no
Yeah.
coming out of that. But
Yeah.
they're like, no, he's in a cave.
Okay,
Whatever.
so this goes
Whatever.
back. Okay, so this goes back to the little thing I was gonna say earlier. I'm gonna be very vague with said things that happen, but it's not a full-on spoiler. So people think that in the opening of an episode of Breaking Bad, Walter White dies because he gets in a car and he turns it on, but it's freezing cold outside, and some people think that you don't see him leave or drive the car away from the area, so therefore he
God.
died of like hypothermia. And the rest of the episode
In
is like
his
a
car?
dream. Yeah, and it's like, oh, like you don't see him like break into the house in this episode because it would be guarded by XX and X, and he's seeing this person, and it's like, okay, yeah, Walter's looking for the money again. But
Skylar,
just
where's the money?
I just need the
It's
money.
Joker laughs.
It's a perfect 5 seasons of a show.
Yeah.
But he died in the first
Yeah. and like out of all the people that I would least expect to agree with it, actually Norm Macdonald agrees with the theory. And it's
What?
like, come on. Yeah, it's like, yeah, man, I believe it or something. Probably
If you
just
said it like
bullshitting.
that, I'm
Yeah.
not sure he believes it.
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but I was like reading through an article and it says Norm Macdonald believes it or something.
Why were they asking Norm Macdonald
Yeah.
I
about
don't
Breaking
know.
Bad fan theories?
I've seen that
what
show,
was the
yeah.
context? Was he ever
Maybe-
on an episode of Breaking
Maybe he was
Bad?
on like a boomer like radio show, and this guy was like, "Oh yeah, like what if Walt died?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay, man, yeah, I can see it."
He says a lot of shit on radio shows.
Yeah,
And it's
that's maybe-
completely troll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
probably
awesome.
trollism.
100% troll shit.
But I mean, you
he's-
got
He one time he had this whole bit about how he doesn't like women. He doesn't sleep with women. He feels it's dirty. He doesn't like to masturbate. He doesn't go out to eat. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I listened to that whole piece
It was so
I wanna
funny.
listen to this.
It was so
I wanna
funny.
listen to that.
because one time when Caleb and I were apartment hunting here in Austin, a 3-hour drive from Houston and then back, Caleb just turned on Norm Macdonald on a YouTube playlist as I was driving home and then fell asleep. And so YouTube autoplay just played a bunch of Norm Macdonald stuff.
That's awesome.
And
Like my
yeah, that
favorite
bit
of
was
his,
funny.
My
It's
favorite
really
of his
funny.
is when he got fired from SNL and then comes back a year later to host it,
Uh-huh.
and then he's like, "So I got fired for not being funny, but now I'm hosting, so I'm either funny and I became funny in a year, well this show sucks."
Well, one of
Wait, so
those.
did he actually get fired for being?
Yeah, like a manager came up to him
Yeah.
and was like, "You have to be funnier,"
What?
and he decided he'd just be
Yeah.
more himself.
They,
Dude.
Yeah, I
they
mean-
called him. It's like, yeah, I forgot what the fuck he said 'cause it was funny. It was like really, really funny. His response to him being fired was funny. It was like,
No,
"Oh, we're firing you." He goes,
he goes,
for
"Well,
what?"
that's no good."
Yeah. Because he's like, well, because you're not funny. He goes, "Oh, that's not good." This is news to me.
Yeah, they need.
I love how dry his humor
Yeah,
is.
his humor is incredible.
It's something I try to emulate more
Yeah.
myself, is that just kind of dry, sarcastic
I
delivery.
don't even try to emulate it because I tried before and I just can't. And
Yeah.
it's just like that's his deal. You know what I'm saying?
He's very good at it. He's very
He
good at what he
crafted that.
does.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. He's a great comedian. I need to get into more. I remember hearing the university, or the joke of where
University
like
of
he's like,
Science?
oh, you're the University of Science.
That's a good joke.
Oh, you're one of those gays then.
No, it's like Professor of Logic.
Professor
Yeah.
of Logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Professor of Logic at the University of Science.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But that joke is really funny.
That's a good Twitter bio.
That is. You can go, Marcus.
Speaking of Twitter bios, have y'all heard of something called Quadrobics?
I have not. What's that?
No, I see it printed here
Caleb-
in front of me.
Caleb, have
I
you
need to
heard
know
of
what it is.
Quadrobics?
Why are you asking me?
Have you heard about it?
No.
Okay. So there's this thing, and I very recently discovered it, and I wish I had not done it. I'm just gonna play a video real quick for you guys so you can see what it is.
Come on, man.
Oh shit.
Caleb dropped his mic.
I did.
What the fuck?
Okay. Oh no.
Is that
All right,
legal?
my turn to see the
This
video.
is what I think it is.
I don't like this. I don't like this. She is dressed as a dog, a cat, a rabbit. What is that?
Okay, so the video being shown is people going on all fours and like acting like animals, like jumping over obstacles,
Oh, quadrobic.
But they're
Exactly.
acting as
Oh,
if
'cause
it's
they're-
athletic.
and they have a furry like head on.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
It's
Cat-
all 4 legs, and then they're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah,
okay.
That sounded so scientific and like
Yeah, I thought it was
quadrobics.
like-
I'm like, that's some shit I won't
Yeah.
understand. And like, it's just fucking gears and
Yeah,
pumps
they
and
found
shit
a new
happening.
furry particle.
And
Yeah.
then
God damn,
and then
man.
he just showed me a pic or of a video of a girl just running in a football field and jumping over like a 2-foot fucking.
See, that's really interesting
thing.
because the thing is that they have competitions on who can jump higher.
Yeah, and they're like there's progression videos.
You are
too.
way too excited about this.
No,
Marcus.
I swear to God, I'm not into quadrobics.
You
but
are way too excited to talk about
I-
quadrobics.
I am because
You can be
it's
curious about something.
I'm incredibly fascinated with why people do this and why it's so important.
Fair,
But-
actually, fair.
But
These people aren't athletic.
They post. Oh no! Sometimes it's impressive. It is impressive. I will say that because your arms are not built to take a fall like that. You aren't supposed to land on your arms like that, like over and over and over again. So I don't know how people haven't like broken arms doing this.
What
Oh, they probably have.
What do you
Maybe.
think went on in these people's lives, or what happened that made them want to do this or become what?
I
they
don't
Okay,
are?
know.
they saw
No
Lola
dad.
Bunny in Space Jam.
Lola Bunny. Oh.
Caleb, we gotta mute
Well,
your
they're not-
mic after bringing that character up.
Lola Bunny's hot.
Dude, shut
Anyways.
the fucking up.
It's probably
agree.
because they had no dad and they had.
Okay.
Dude,
say,
2
okay,
on
so
3.
get this right. You have no dad. your mom's an asshole, but you have a dog, and this dog is like
Hey, buddy.
growing up with you or whatever, or acting as your guide or your emotional attachment or something like that. That's
Yeah.
how I'm like picturing like
I
a
can
furry
understand.
in like a
I
early
can-
2000s
yeah.
movie.
I know
You what I'm
this.
saying?
I know this one person who like grew up watching TV and didn't live in a. Or no, I don't know them. I know this one YouTuber who apparently just grew up watching like all kind of animal shows, and they had like a animal fluff or animal like stuffed animal collection, and they kind of just coped with what I guess was going on in their life, and they eventually became that. And
Right.
I mean, granted,
What
I
became what?
don't a furry or
Okay, you
you
said
know.
became that like it's like
yeah, I'm sorry. I
something you
didn't mean
can't
to-
speak about.
I was gonna clarify more. Like, I don't think furries are the worst social group ever. Like, I mean, it's a community. I don't
mean-
think it's too. I think it's weird, but it's not like the worst thing ever.
It's kind of cringe.
It is
kind of
kinda
is.
cringe.
It kind
It's
of is,
cringe,
but
but
because they try and
mostly
be
harmless.
They,
It's
they try
very
and be
harmless.
cute and like like fluffy IRL.
Mhm.
That's
Oh, man.
makes me
I
want
mean,
to
Like I guess
cry.
it's like you see like you go through trauma and like you see people as very one dimensional, like good, bad,
Right.
and then you look at your dog or like you look at animals and they're like somehow more complex. So you kind of you know what I
Dude,
mean?
you
Somehow
might
see what
like,
you're saying.
is it happy or sad? It's like
kinda
I can
just-
see that better instead of in people, and then they decide
Uh,
I'll be friends with them instead of human beings.
You know, we live with a furry, actually.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. We live
Jacob
with a furry.
Ologo.
His name is Jacob, and
Fire Ant Boys on
he
TikTok.
likes furry butt plugs.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
Although he's very adamant
He
that he,
can't
does not
defend himself.
currently.
he
have-
does not
yeah.
currently
Should-
own one.
Should we bring him on the podcast
Should
right
we bring
now?
him on? Should I text him?
We could text him.
I'll text him. I'll
He
ask
he's
him.
a little shy about it. I know it might be a little disrespectful to
Yeah.
bring it up on the
This-
show.
this is very
maybe we
insensitive.
should censor this later, but
you want to
in our
interview
in
him?
our group chats, you know, we send memes to each other, and like 80% of the memes he sends are like furry memes, you know, and it's like, don't hate on furries. Furries are actually kind of cool, or you know, like. If you can't wear a mask, you're admitting that furries are stronger than you.
I'm
and then
glad
a
you
full
brought it up.
picture of a fursuit.
I'm glad you brought it up because he does do that as jokes, but there's a serious examination that needs to happen on
We need to look at
exactly
his
how
search
much
history.
he's been looking at that.
Well, here's the thing. You can ironically turn yourself into something. Like
I agree.
when you do something ironically so often that it becomes a habit, at a certain point you're just doing said thing and the irony is
But it's
lost
the same.
on
It's
Yeah,
it.
like
dude,
the coping thing.
I started ironically beating the shit out of
Oh,
grandmothers.
here he is. Here he is.
And then it
Hey.
just started happening.
Oh, hi,
Ladies and
Jacob.
gentlemen, Jacob Ologo. Here you go.
Uh,
You
take
get
my
another
mic.
mic. You get another mic.
Jacob, do you have a furry butt plug?
To answer your question, at this house right now, no, I do not currently have a furry butt
See,
plug.
he's not a furry. See, he's not a
No, no.
furry.
Therefore, I am not a furry.
Have you ever owned a furry butt plug?
Okay, who is to say what life ends and when another one starts? Our matter has been in this world forever and forever.
Okay, now that's
Have you any ambition to own a furry butt plug?
I don't have a furry butt plug, and I'm a very strong-willed person. So if I wanted to have a furry butt plug, I would probably have one right now.
Okay.
What's your persona?
My name is Jacob Willow.
Okay. And that is like a possum or a dog or a.
The person standing in front of you, my persona is Jacob
Okay.
Willow.
Got it, got
I'm
it,
a
got it.
person.
I don't know. Fursona. Sorry.
Right.
Fur, like a furry.
Do I?
You like dogs or cats better?
I want to ask y'all, do I have a fursuit here?
No, you don't have a fursuit here.
There you go.
To my knowledge, you do not have a fursuit at this
Is
location.
that evidence? Is that
Exactly.
evidence
But
that he's not a furry?
the absence of evidence does not explicitly disprove the allegation of whether or not you are a
Do you
furry.
sleep with a dog almost every night?
I think that's an unfair question.
that
though.
that
No,
is an
it's
unfair
not.
question.
I think that is an unfair question.
I
would,
sleep
You
in a
asked about his
bed at a
persona.
low level that a dog can get onto. I don't sleep in a dog's bed, if that's what you're asking.
Which thank
the dog
God
sleeps in
you
your
don't.
bed.
I just wanted to clarify. There is a foot-long dildo hidden in this house somewhere, and if you can hide that in this house, you can hide a fursuit.
No, you can't.
Okay, but that foot-long dildo isn't hidden very well.
Yeah, it's not hidden.
I
very
still
well.
haven't found it.
I don't know where it is. Probably because I don't look.
I haven't looked very hard for it, but because it is out of my daily like view, it's possible to hide a fursuit.
However, have you tried looking for a furry butt plug that belongs to me?
No, I have not.
That belongs to him.
And where is my bedroom?
You have two places, potentially three places that you might sleep.
Actually, yeah, I found a furry butt plug
Whoa, where?
in my ass.
Aha.
Was it Jacob's?
Yeah. Actually, now that you say that, I woke up and it was there, and Jacob was drooling on the side of my bed,
Hey, Jacob,
just panting.
are you or have you ever been a member of the furry community?
Before we move on to that, I just want, since this is being recorded, I just want to say that what Caleb just said did not happen.
And I was denying it.
Right. I am, in fact,
That was
denying that
his
that
first
happened.
denial. His first denial.
I did not put any butt plugs in anything ever.
But you didn't deny that you were on the corner of my bed drooling. and
I
panting.
was also never on the
He
corner
didn't
of
say
Caleb's bed
anything.
He
drooling.
said
Not person.
anything, yeah,
Yeah.
not person or butthole.
And I was like, Jacob.
Jacob, you have an unanswered question.
Oh, can you repeat the question?
Are you or have you ever been a member of the furry community? And I will define that. A member of the furry community is someone that is a furry and actively engages in furry activities, i.e., fursuits, butt plugs, RAR XD.
Quadrobics.
So, there's actually a really cool concept I learned of not too long ago, where in the beginning of the creation of the universe, there was pretty
Okay,
much
you're
only
good, you're good, you're good. Thank you for coming on, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you.
That was Jacob.
Jacob.
That was Jacob. Thank you, Jacob.
Oh, that
Something
was,
in my seat now.
His tail's wagging.
It's weird.
That was A+ content.
That was
That
fast
was
and
great.
furry.
Furry
Okay, Janae, do you have something to show us?
Before we move on, I just wanted to say, if you ever want to learn more about the furry community or its origins or culture,
Don't.
there is a great YouTube video from Friedrich Knudsen called Down the Rabbit Hole Furries. It's a great
Really?
40-minute documentary about
Jesus.
how they have like kind of grown from this very niche thing into an even bigger niche thing.
Okay.
How it kind of started out at just kind of convention culture in general.
All right.
And moving on from that plug, Junaid.
Okay, I was gonna go into mine, but then I saw murder suicide, so I want to know this before I get into my topic.
Okay, so we'll skip
You
past
never-
that topic. And Caleb King,
You never heard of murder suicide?
I have heard of a murder suicide before.
You ever seen one?
I have never seen a
So
murder suicide.
Let me explain it for you. A murder suicide is whenever you murder somebody and then you kill yourself.
I knew that. Yes.
Where's this going?
So murder suicide is arguably the way to go.
Okay.
Is
This
it?
has been the Star Bandit.
So
Do you need help? Are you okay?
No.
you put in the in our topics today that you wanted to talk about murder suicide.
I never said I wanted to talk about murder
I
suicide.
said, do you have something
I
planned? And you
never-
said yes.
I never said I wanted to talk about murder suicide. That's never happened.
That is fair. He didn't say he
Also,
wanted to talk about it. He
don't-
just put it in the topics chat.
I don't currently own a furry butt plug in this house as well.
Okay, so
Are you?
I want to rewind a little bit. Earlier, I asked two questions.
Okay.
I said, "Do you need help?" and "Are you okay?" Your response was one word. It was no. To which question were you responding?
No, I don't need help.
Okay. Are you okay?
Sure.
Why do you think that's arguably the best way to go?
Well, if you're gonna murder somebody, you gotta murder suicide.
No.
What if you want to keep going?
Yeah.
I
No.
I
No.
Do you
don't
think that's immediate justice?
Well, justice.
Keep going.
Yeah. So, like, what about justice? What is justice to you?
No, do you think? Okay, so maybe it's just semantics then. Like, do you think that it would be immediate vindication for the people affected if you murder someone?
Well, no one wins in murder suicide.
So, so why is it
Why
the
is
best
this
way?
on the topic list? That's what I want to know.
This has gone so dark.
Jake, you gave up your spot for this.
Have you been watching?
I can take it back.
I don't
you
know
been-
why.
have you
Junaid,
been watching
can have your
Mindhunters?
spots.
Okay.
Hang on, no, I don't think we're done here, Caleb.
No, we gotta go in deep.
So, what did you have planned to say about murder
I didn't.
suicide? So you lied
I lied about what?
about having something planned for the murder suicide
no, murder
topic.
suicide is the way to go. I never lied about that, and I also never.
So that's all you
not
had
the way
planned to
go.
say.
It's not the way to go.
It is the way to go.
Wouldn't you much
if you're gonna
rather
murder
die-
somebody, you might as well murder
Wouldn't
suicide
you
yourself.
much rather die by getting struck by lightning while giving
Oh,
a
wait,
speech
wait,
to
I'm not saying that.
600,000 people?
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's the way to die. I'm saying if you're gonna murder somebody, that's the way to go.
Okay. Have you been?
Why don't you just murder them and get away with it?
Because then you have to get away with it.
Have you
Okay.
been
Have you-
thinking about murdering someone?
No,
Have you been thinking about suicide?
no.
What
So-
brought
But I-
on this
But I did
idea?
think about murder suicide one time.
You
and
know,
then
in
I put
assignments,
I
how
wrote it in the
in
chat.
assignments how there's multiple choice, and then there's parts where it's like set fill in the blanks.
Right.
You're that.
Well, I
Dude.
saw a chat. I was thinking about murder suicide. I put murder suicide in the chat.
What the fuck was your plan?
What were you
I had
thinking
no
about
plan.
murder suicide when you put
I
that
had
in
no
the
plan.
chat?
Just
Why were you
like,
thinking
just
about murder
like, just
suicide?
like the people that commit murder suicide had no plan.
Why were you
Are you
thinking
sure they
about
had no
murder
plan?
suicide?
Well,
Because they
here
kill
you
somebody
are-
and then like, oh fuck, oh fuck,
I
oh
don't
No,
think
no,
that's
no,
true.
no.
I don't think
and
that's
then
true at all.
boom, they just.
I don't think
And
that's
how
true at all.
badass is murder suicide?
Caleb.
Not at all.
Oh my god!
Shut the
No.
fuck up. Shut
Caleb,
the fuck
you
up.
you are very contradictory
How?
in these last few minutes.
Nope.
You said murder suicide is the way to go
Yeah.
if you're going to murder someone,
Yeah.
implying there is a plan to murder someone, and that is your plan to get out of that murder.
No, I'm not. it
And
doesn't
then you
imply a plan.
said,
It
and
doesn't-
then you
it
said
doesn't
that
imply a
murder
plan, though.
suicide is the result of not having a plan for a murder.
But I never implied that there's a plan. Just because it's the way to go if you're gonna murder somebody doesn't mean that there's an implied plan that you're premeditated.
Okay, first of all, I don't think that's how it goes in terms of murder suicide. I think the suicide is planned as well as the murder, actually planned before, and in that you try to kill these people that you think have wronged you, or it's because of that you're having these problems, and they kill the people, and then they kill themselves because they know what they've just done. Like there was a story about how this kid like took his dad's shotgun and just like killed his entire family,
Right.
like his brother, sister, mom, and dad, and then
Damn.
killed himself
Right.
right after. Like he knew he was going to die after that, but he prepared this for a long time.
Jacob, who was just on this podcast, we have a jar of candy downstairs. He took one of the candies, opened the wrapper, took the candy out, put a piece of cheese in it, rewrapped it, and put it in the box in the jar. So there's one piece of cheese in the candy box.
There's
And
also
the
a piece
quicker-
of laxative candy.
There's also
Wait.
a laxative candy.
Yeah.
So
Wait, you guys did that?
Yeah.
yeah, you're
I don't
right.
remember consenting to the laxative
Okay.
candy.
Don't care.
Well, I guess I'm opting out of the candy jar then.
Me too.
It's okay. I've always had my own stash anyways.
More for me.
Yeah, until you shit yourself.
And die.
Um,
Easy murder suicide.
Dude, your
So-
bowels are so unpredictable, it wouldn't even affect you.
What would I
No.
murder?
Your
I would just be
body, and then you
suicide.
would die.
Okay, then every suicide is a murder suicide.
Awesome.
I mean,
We can agree.
technically, yeah, I guess.
What?
You know, it is kind of our fault to ask you, murder suicide, and then expect comedy out of it.
I think this is just our fault in general.
This is our fault. This is
Yeah,
our
I'll
fault.
take the responsibility.
I'm
I'll take it off your hands.
not taking responsibility for this. Caleb is 100% responsible.
For what?
And is in control of his
what?
own actions.
For what? Murder? I never committed
I
murder
agree.
suicide. I'm not.
No
committing
one was
murder
accusing
suicide.
you of committing murder suicide. What you are accused of is putting murder suicide
All right,
in
do
the
you wanna
podcast
see-
topic
I
chat.
didn't put it in the
We're
podcast
about to have
topic.
an opening a host.
You
I
just lied to
typed
me.
it. I just typed it in the Snapchat group chat.
Yeah, the podcast group chat where we put topics.
If
Sometimes
you would
we
like
put
to
topics.
audition to be our replacement host for Caleb,
Sometimes we post memes.
Podcast
A lot of times we just post memes. And
Okay, I want to
we
show
say
something.
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're moving on.
Caleb
I
wants.
don't
I mean,
wanna- yeah,
Junaid
like,
likes to
even
would
more
like to bring
argument.
something up.
Okay, so I saw this thing about this photographer that I started following, and he has the most how would you say, curious pictures that I've ever seen. Where he is the main protagonist of the frame, and it's called The Struggle to Right Oneself, and all the pictures are of him falling down, and in very precarious ways where he's hurt, and like look at this. Like, all of the pictures are like that. All the pictures are like that.
Okay, we got him falling from a tree, falling down the stairs.
I wanna see.
Man.
Ay.
Like, he is
My
known
bad.
just to make pictures where he is falling to a point where he could die.
Yeah, this is
Jeez.
right after he murdered somebody,
Shut
and
up.
then he's gonna commit suicide.
Can we mute Caleb Mike?
I agree.
He's naked in this one.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to see the naked one.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, he has one where he's naked in the shower, but he's almost like upside down, falling from the
Jeez.
tub.
That's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
What?
And does he have like a public social media account?
Social
Do he post these, or is this like on his own
I think
website?
so, yeah. That's his website, though.
social media.
Like, isn't that crazy?
My
It-
nuts.
it's fairly interesting
What's
and
this
crazy.
guy's name?
I have no idea.
You
You're
could probably
on his
reverse
website.
image search one of these.
I know how it's called, like his project, but I don't know why it's called that. And
What's it called again?
is the struggle to right
The
oneself.
struggle to right oneself.
I
Yeah.
like the one where he's falling from the Jesus propaganda highway billboard. That's really cool.
I'm sure there's a lot of intended meaning to
Oh,
all
I'm
these
sure.
pictures. Yeah.
I think
What's
some of
the-
these have some interesting. Oh god,
These
he's
are taken
jumping.
in reverse.
He's jumping through fire in one of these.
It's the struggle to right oneself, as he said.
What does that even mean?
Let me see.
What's the artist's name?
I'm scrolling.
what really makes art.
The
though?
struggle to right. That's RIGHT. I thought it was
Ah,
right.
yeah, I
thought it was
WRITE.
What's the website?
Okay, so the label I see at the top is Carrie Scarba, KKA. The website is scarbaka.com. That's SKARBAKKA.com.
Interesting.
And so I'm getting a close look at these pictures for the first time, and this is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah. I wonder how he sets this up.
I'm sure there's all kinds of tricks you could do for this. I mean, at the very least, the ability to manipulate an image in Photoshop
Yeah.
is
for
See,
sure.
that's what
Exponential.
I think he feared, and I saw that he did an interview where he said, "No, I just do all these stunts, and it hurts me
man.
like incredibly bad for every picture."
Oh, there's a
man.
description. This is like he's explaining stuff here. Let me read this. Beyond the basic laws that govern and maintain our equilibrium, we live in a world that constantly tests our stability in various other forms. War, globalization, politics.
Yeah, he definitely has like some big, vast-reaching sort of topics that he decides to.
Exaggerating negative feelings of control. This long-term project is in response to this delicate state.
Interesting.
This exploration resides within the sublime metaphorical space where balance has been disrupted and the definitive point of no return has been met. Oh, so it's just everything is shitty and we're
The
all falling
definitive-
apart.
The definitive point of
I
no
agree.
return.
That's what it said.
Like I
Kind
saw
of like
that.
when you murder somebody.
No.
Like I
And
saw
then
that.
I'm like,
Aye,
oh shit, I
aye,
can't go
aye.
back.
I saw
And then
that.
I shoot myself in the forehead.
Speaking of wanting
You shoot
to
yourself
die,
in the forehead?
No.
That's what you just said.
Yeah, and this hypothetical, if I were to murder somebody and I'm at the definitive point of no return, which is what you said, and then I shoot myself in the forehead.
So I'm under the impression there are no weapons in this house. Make
You're wrong.
Make
You're very
sure.
wrong.
Make sure he does not believe there are any weapons in this house until we can figure out what the hell is going on.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
This is gonna be like a Netflix documentary, and they're gonna have like creepy music playing with with everything that Caleb is saying.
With the real
I'm not saying-
audio.
I'm not saying I would murder suicide.
they're gonna interview us, and we're
Well,
gonna
you
be like,
did.
I'm saying you should murder suicide.
No, you should
No, you
not.
should not.
murder Suicide.
At the
Why?
very basic, you should not murder or suicide.
But if you're going to murder suicide,
No,
Shut the
no,
fucking
no.
up.
There is no murdering or no suiciding or no murder suiciding at
But-
all endorsed by this podcast.
You know what there is and what is endorsed by this podcast? Emails.
hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Wow.
Best segue.
All right, so we actually got
Jesus.
two. We actually got two today,
Hell yeah.
and one is this one's a little serious. This one's a little serious, and then the next one's a very
Oh,
not serious.
is this advice?
Yeah, we got some advice.
Okay.
We got some advice emails.
Okay, let's do it.
Caleb, are you in a mental state that is okay with giving advice at the moment?
Okay.
All right, so the first one says, "Hello, Star Bandits. I've been conflicted about telling a girl I like her. This being a conflicting situation because this girl is also in my friend group, along with not really knowing whether or not there are signs that she feels the same way about me. Any advice you can give?"
This is rather relevant
Me
to
too.
my
This is
own life
relevant.
right now.
This
Me
is
too.
relevant because I know the answer to it.
Yeah, me too.
It's a rather simple answer.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it is a simple
okay,
answer.
anyone in this situation, regardless of the person, what would you do?
Well, Caleb, let's start with you. What
Let's
would you
start with
do?
the
What would you do?
rational-
My advice
Insane,
is
Caleb.
100% always be crystal
Murder-suicide.
clear with your intentions. And if you do like this girl, 100% tell her you like her almost as soon as possible, and be super crystal clear with how you're approaching her. If you were to want to murder her,
No,
you
Um,
should kill yourself after.
Caleb, Israel.
Personally, as the very sane Caleb King was saying, be very clear. Talk it out with them. I don't think that you should completely rush into saying that you like them. Like, at least get to know them and test the waters to see if it would be really worth it with indulging in a relationship with them. And
Well, that's what dating is.
yeah,
it's
you
just
gotta
like-
you gotta check the clear zone too, though.
Well, yeah,
before
but you
jump
don't-
in.
No,
Do you think you should just jump into a relationship and not
this
test the
girl, this guy
waters?
likes this girl, right?
Yes,
That's it. That's all he needs to know.
right.
No, I don't think. I don't
But-
think that like a more mature person would do that.
Do what?
Like in terms of dating, in that I think that people younger would decide to just go into it and then, get some character development out of that.
Well, if it's bad, you just leave. You just stop it.
Yeah, but then there comes a lot of pain from that. And you have to decide when you get into something, what are you like? How much are you gonna invest into it? You don't have to like do like a lot of research or whatever, but like see what do you want from this? Or do you want this from this person? Does this person actually matter, or are you just lonely?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Be crystal clear with your intentions, and
Right, but first you have to figure out what your intentions are. Like actually like do some introspection.
Mm-hmm.
And I think from that comes having to do that then, which takes time, and then you have to ask them. So it's not always just like jump into it and ask them if you like them, I think.
I agree. That is perfectly said.
I've been in this position many times before where someone's like, "Oh, I like this person. I don't know what to say." And my answer is always just tell them how you feel. That's generally the best thing you can do. I would say there's always complications and context and your own personal ability to trust yourself to go through with those kind of things. So
Again, I think that it's too absolute in that you would
Yeah.
have to, because I know people who've done that, and the person was just like, now I'm just like, your friendship status has kind of gone down.
yeah.
From
Yeah.
that.
A general rule of thumb is to tell people how you feel. And I do that even when I'm interested in someone. I'll tell them, yeah, I really like you. I want to be around you.
I know
I
you
want to
do.
be friends
It's
with
kinda
you.
Boss.
And
I said boss.
I think my
Sorry.
specific
2010.
struggles is sometimes I can get a little ahead of myself and try to rush into a relationship and not understand what the other person is feeling or wanting, or if they're even ready or willing to enter a relationship. This was especially pretty bad for me in high school because I'd like someone, I'd be like, oh, I like you. They'd be like, oh, I like you too. And then it's like, okay, well then I guess we're going to be dating now. And then it's like, no, maybe they're not ready. And so, dear viewer who wrote us this question, my best advice is to just keep talking to them and tell them how you feel. Don't mince words, but don't try to get the result you want. Be patient and listen to what they also have to say about how they feel.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, there's certainly like a few different ways you could go about it. Like I would definitely take the more cautious route of like
the murder
taking
or the
things
suicide?
slow. The murder and the suicide.
Aye,
Our
aye.
friend Tristan, he will just straight up like, hey, I am in love with you and I want to have sex with you tonight.
Yeah.
and
It works.
Yeah,
It works for
no,
some
no, no.
people because
His-
that's what they
his
want.
It works for-
success
oh,
rate-
it
his
works for
success
Tristan.
rate, oh man, it's like,
Dude.
like all the time. Like I'll be playing a video game with him, and I was like, oh, so what have you been up to? And he was like, oh,
Fucking.
sex on the beach. And it's like, nice.
And I mean,
Tristan,
what he
how long
wants.
have you known her? And then he's like, oh, I just saw her, and like, okay, he literally, okay, his roommate brought his sister home.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
I know where
and then
this is going.
he did it with his sister, and the roommate that brought the sister, the roommate was doing it with a different girl, and then the roommate came into Tristan's room while Tristan was having sex with his roommate's sister, and he said, "Hey Tristan, when you're done, the girl in the other room wants to see you." So Tristan finishes
fuck?
finishes his business, goes to the other room, and she wants to give everybody a little something. And so
I
Hey,
mean,
man.
if you're a horn
there,
dog,
there are.
Like, how do you have less than 0, Dad?
I don't know. Yeah. On one level, you have furries.
if you are ultra horny and all you want to do is fuck, and you're straight up and you're like, hey, I just want to fuck,
Good for
more
you.
power to you, man.
Please don't
I
dance
don't,
around that.
I don't know if the person asking the question was necessarily
No.
in a rush to get
no,
fucked.
No.
More so, they were trying to figure out how to establish a intimate relationship in the first place.
Dude.
It works for some people. I mean, if you're crystal clear and you're like, hey, I just want to fuck you, you'll get your yes or your no, and then you won't have to waste your time. But if you're like, hey, I want a relationship with you, that's a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people's fear is like, oh, but if I tell them, our friendship will never be the same. Everything changes by
Always.
you liking this person. It already has changed, just like that. Like your relationship has changed. It's
Yeah.
okay. Just accept change. Keep going with it. Not everything can be the same all the time. We're not living in a picture. We're living.
Yeah.
No,
in
of
a
course.
MP4.
Yeah.
But then again, there's
like
it will change regardless of you telling them or not. So you could just sit on those feelings and just let them go or hope they go, or you could tell them, and also there would be the risk of the friendship changing. So you have to choose which one is better for what goal.
Yeah.
Like if you want the friendship to stay and you know it's not going to go anywhere, then don't tell them. And
I
then just
know-
let it.
I mean, but it won't.
I know.
Again, that's hiding some intentions, though. If you want something more out of that friendship, like if you do like them and you do want something more than just a friendship, then you not telling them is just hurting yourself. In my
I
opinion.
know in my own personal experience, I'd much rather have another friend than have a girlfriend and lose a friend like forever because the relationship is now awkward and they don't want to be your friend anymore. Like there's been girls I've been interested in the past, and I eventually asked them out, and we either tried it or we didn't try it, and then we remained good friends after because we were already good friends to begin with. And the relationship itself kind of sort of changed in some ways, but ultimately remained the same because we're still good friends and keep up with each other.
Well,
and that's more of what I want out of things than quick relationship for character development
See,
or
that's the
whatever,
thing.
and then lose a friend afterwards.
You were saying about intention, like if you're already friends with them and then you start liking them afterwards,
Right.
that means you can get it and then you can lose it. So again, it goes back to the what's your goal. But then if you become friends with someone with the intention of being with them, that's different completely.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
And I
The
never
whole
become
time-
friends with someone with the intention of getting with them. My
Right.
intention is be friends,
Right,
and
so-
then if we want to be together, we can be together. If not, we remain friends.
Right. So
and it's
step
over.
1 is understand your intentions.
Yeah.
Step 2 is be crystal clear with your intentions.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And I think moments can be awkward, but what causes relationships to be awkward is whenever you're not, again, fully crystal clear with how you're thinking.
That's fair.
Because if it's being awkward, that means that there's something that's not being communicated.
That's fair. I think in my relationships, I am pretty much always crystal clear about what I want. And I usually don't really have much to hide.
Except for your sounding kit.
Except for your sounding kit.
Whatever. But I know what my intentions are, and my intention is generally always friends. And yeah, if I realize I want more than a friendship out of someone, I will ask for that.
Sick.
Yeah.
What's that next guy's question?
Okay, so the next question, this one's a little serious too. It reads, "Hey guys, I need a piece of advice. My girlfriend asked for period sex. I'm really nervous. Never even had sex before. I've been trying to watch Family Guy, my favorite TV show, and in parentheses it says funny, to see if there's an episode that teaches you about period sex. There is one, but my girlfriend says she doesn't like Family Guy and doesn't want to watch it with me. How can I get my girlfriend to watch Family Guy? Sincerely, an anonymous star bandit."
So
I have
it's
lots of
Max.
thoughts
We
about this.
met
That's-
with that Star Bandit earlier today, which is why I started laughing at period sex, because we
Holy
talked
And
about that
he,
earlier.
He indeed had period sex.
Just like me and Lois when we had period sex.
No.
Oh my god!
No.
Come on, Brian, let's
So
go try
how
it.
how can our
Yeah.
dear reader
Get his girlfriend
get
to
his
watch
girlfriend
Family
to
Guy.
watch Family Guy? Yeah.
Oh, is that the part?
Yeah,
we're
that's the
focusing on?
question.
That's the question.
That's the
How
question.
do I get my
Okay.
girlfriend to watch Family
That's the
Guy?
conclusion.
You tell her that there's a really good fan theory that Stewie does not exist, and it is a coping mechanism for Brian to feel less lonely. And the show explores that theme.
You know,
And
this show does
explores-
explore that theme.
Yeah, it does. It's a very powerful show that explores themes of
Explores.
life, and it has great comedy at every turn. Every episode, every episode is balls to the
Oh,
wall
man.
funny, or my nuts to the wall funny.
My nuts.
My nuts.
Okay,
That's my
before I
next
speak about the Family Guy thing, someone I know told me once that he was seeing this girl, and that he was having sex with her, and it was normal after a few weeks of that, and she decided to tell him that she. Okay, this came up as like surprisingly, but she came to his house, and she was like, "I'm on my period." And then they decide to have sex, and there's blood, of course.
Yeah,
And
which is kind of hot.
well, wait till you hear this. Like, so the blood goes on his penis, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
which is
And
kind of
like,
hot.
and he's like, "Oh, I've never had this. This is weird. I'm just
Hot.
gonna go clean up and everything, right?"
No need to clean.
But no, that's the thing. No need to clean because she did it.
Wait, what?
Like she was.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because
What?
she's specifically
No,
into that.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not funny.
Yeah,
You just jump out the window
Wait,
at
she
that
did
point,
what?
man.
like
That's hot.
She.
You think that's hot? You should,
no, don't you dare
you
say
should try
it.
and murder
Don't shut the
suicide.
fucking up.
That's,
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
So what
intense.
did she
Yeah.
do? Wipe blood on him or something?
No,
No.
she cleaned it.
She cleaned what? Oh!
Wow. I
Yeah.
never even thought that would be a thing that people would be into.
Yeah, I didn't either. This is the
They're-
first time I've ever even thought about that.
I definitely peaked the mic with that.
yeah,
I think
that's
I've been
all right, that's
peeking
all
the
right.
mic
I
throughout.
see it. I see it's like
Yeah.
a rectangle on the screen.
Yeah.
So I mean, no need to say he never saw her again
Oh
after that.
man.
Good
Oh,
on
But yeah,
I
there's
would
some people into
punch
that.
the shit out of her.
The Star Bandit
Okay,
podcast. The Star Bandit
we-
podcast does not endorse punching women in at least those kind of situations, unless it's
20%
Restrictive.
of the Star Bandit podcast endorses punching women.
10%.
I guess he is 20%.
These like 3 episodes that are going to be published, you can see a very obvious downfall with your character.
a down.
Yeah.
You know, one might even
I'm
call it.
terrified of what's going to happen next episode.
Next week he's gonna be dead.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to give an update, and we're going on a 3-week hiatus.
Yeah,
and
me
I
and
mean,
Israel are dead.
we'll be back with a new host.
We have the Caleb King can't shit arc, and then the Caleb King shit himself arc, but now can't eat anymore, and then now we have the Caleb King murder suicide arc,
Yeah.
and this is definitely scary.
And then we have the Caleb King funeral arc, and then the new host.
I don't manifest that.
As long as it's not made into a plotagon, we'll be fine.
Cut that out. Get
Nah.
rid of that.
No.
If you want to get your girlfriend to watch Family Guy,
I reread the question, and that was the question: was how do I get my girlfriend to watch
yeah,
Family
the,
Guy?
The rest
Not-
isn't necessary.
Not how do I have period sex,
No,
but
no, no.
how do I get
Yeah,
my girlfriend
it
to
was
watch
the Family
Family
Guy.
Guy?
Yeah.
You can make her.
Yeah, he could have gotten straight to the point like the other guy, but he had to include the extra story details, which I feel like we've talked about before on this podcast.
You could be
Ooh-wee.
inviting. You could be watching it on the couch. You could put out her favorite treats on the.
Just turn it on. Just go on
Yeah,
YouTube. Just
put a trail of treats from a kennel
Yeah.
to like the
Yeah.
sofa. Yeah.
on your square box TV
So-
where static is.
hey Kayla, what are you watching? What are you watching?
Family Guy.
Oh, I don't like that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, but what about now? Here, look at this.
Oh wow, my favorite treats.
Yeah, come sit on the couch with me.
At least it's not raining.
Come sit on the couch with me.
Oh, I love my treats.
Yeah.
Okay, we're stopping that right there.
We
We're
gotta-
Why?
I've had
I
enough. Heard
we
enough
just
of that.
got into it.
I would say Family Guy is known for being a funny show, right? And there are millions of hours of clips uploaded to YouTube all the time with the title Family Guy Funny Moments
I hate you.
compilation. And so if you want to know whether or not your girlfriend's going to like Family Guy and she's not like really willing to watch an episode with you, you're like, okay, well
I hate you.
here's a good highlight reel of what the show has to
I hate
offer.
you.
And you play Family Guy Funny Moments Part 10. That's personally the one I am more inclined to. And see if she likes that. And if she likes Family Guy Funny Moments Part 10, then maybe start her off with a few episodes. Or maybe just go to Part 11, you know? Really test the waters and see how she's
To
feeling.
go off from that, when you have sex, always put Family Guy on so that she closes her eyes out of laughter. That's what I do.
I
You
lost,
can al-
I lost my virginity to the Little Einsteins TV show, season 2, episode 7.
That's awesome.
Would you like to
can
elaborate
also-
on that?
Kind of. No, I don't want to elaborate on it. I wanted it to be memorable in a way that I would think is funny and that she would not think is funny. And I was like I was in like total primal mode, and I was like, I gotta use the funny side of my brain, and I can't get anything out because I'm super focused on this.
Why did
What-
you
what do I
mix?
do? What do
Why
I
did
do?
you mix sex and funny?
Because it's
Right?
I
Yeah.
had to. It was the funny thing. I had to do it, and so I put on Little Einsteins because it was like the only
Like,
thing that I
People, you know, connect sadness with or sadness with sex or anger with sex, but I've never fucking thought about.
Yeah, funny is
crossing
it's
funny
the
with
opposite
sex.
almost.
Yeah.
I think that's not even like a bad thing. You're
If I
now
start laughing during
associating like
sex, I'm
good
just like,
things
all right,
with
we're
sex.
done.
Well,
It
it was the
Wrap it up.
countdown.
That shit was hilarious.
It was the countdown part. Where
What
he's
countdown?
like 5, 4, 3,
And you were trying to
2,
bust?
1, blast off.
You were trying to bust during the
blast
blast off.
yeah.
Did you do it?
I'm pretty sure I did.
You don't
even
remember?
I think I did. It was either that or like a seconds after, but I was like, I gotta make it for the blast off.
Like when you're watching something, normally it just comes out of nowhere, and then you start doing it or whatever. But there was once that happened, and then I looked to the computer that we were watching something on, and it's like My 600-Pound Life, and it's the grossest fucking thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm done, dude.
I mean, you kind of have to be careful what you're associating, sexual activity with, because like,
Do you?
well, if you associate it with something negative, like anger or sadness, when you're sad or angry, now you might end up getting horny and end up in like precarious situations because you're letting your emotions kind of guide you.
But that could be used. That could be very useful because for our person asking for advice, how to get their girlfriend to watch Family Guy. If they do it while having sex, eventually it'll just become second nature to just involve the two together.
Yeah, no, actually, you're right. Rounding it all out.
Yeah.
Turn on Family Guy during sex.
Turn on
And
Family
then
Guy
the
during
background programming in her brain will say, oh, Family Guy's on. That
Yeah.
means it. Hang on, wait, whoa. If they're having sex while they're watching Family Guy, they're not really watching Family Guy. They're having sex. So she's not even going to care about what's on the TV.
Yeah, this is
That's
not gonna
actually
work.
a terrible idea.
Terrible
For-
idea.
Scratch
It's gonna work.
that.
And if you want to watch,
She's not going to want to watch.
And if you want to know some really good episodes, DM MX Dinska on Instagram, and he will let you know his favorite episodes of all time. He's got some He's got some good ones, like the Quagmire episode, Giggity.
The
Giggity is a little
Quagmire
cringe.
episode.
Giggity is.
This is the
little
hardest
cringe.
inside joke
These
I've
are
ever
just
heard.
Yeah,
inside
like,
jokes.
why?
We need to stop.
Yeah.
We need to
Why
stop.
bring that
we
up?
have the Caleb King downturn arc, and we have the Israel Sheehan, I'm just going to make every time I speak an inside joke arc.
That was
I've only
useless.
Oh, okay.
We got to cut off
There's
like
no
two halves of
downside.
this stuff.
I don't know.
There was no
down-
downside. It's funny, but it was useless in the context of putting this up.
No, I'm
Um,
saying he said there's a Caleb King downside arc. There's not a downside.
Downturn arc.
Or downturn.
Oh, downturn.
Downturn.
Um,
Like,
so-
Downturn is another inside joke, but it's a subtle one.
It
It's a
didn't need
subtle one.
to. You didn't need to say that. Viewers who don't know the joke would just understand
Yeah,
downturn
shut
means he's
the
falling
fuck
down.
up.
Anyways, the best Family Guy joke I've been told is the one where Stewie says, "Well, at least it's not raining." And I'm not going to spoil the punchline for you, but look up Stewie.
Is
At
that
least
the
it's not
punch- is that
raining.
the punchline?
happened.
No,
On the podcast.
it's not my
No,
place. It's not my
Okay,
place.
okay.
Whose place
Why
is
do
it,
you
Stewie?
respect
Okay.
Family Guy?
Go. All right. If you're interested in what it is, go to YouTube. Look up Family Guy. At least it's not raining. Watch that. All right. Do it right now because I'm gonna spoil what it is. So basically, Stewie, the baby, and Family Guy. Also, just to be clear, we're not Family Guy fans. We don't
Yeah,
like Family
Marcus,
Guy.
your YouTube recommendations might
Not
say
anymore,
otherwise.
Not anymore. And it's because you would come over and we just watch Family Guy's funny moments just for the meme. Anyways, so Stewie the baby says, it's rain. Oh, what is
Stewie the football.
the football? He like gets his friend like leaves him on the side of the road or something, and he's like, "Oh well, at least it's not raining." And then the camera zooms out, and you're expecting it to rain, and then he gets stabbed.
Stupid.
If
I
you
hate that.
First off, thank you to our two listeners who sent us advice. It's really awesome. For any other listeners who want to send us some advice, or if the same listeners want to send the same advice, feel free to email us at starbanditspodcast@gmail.com.
Don't send the same advice.
Like it's a recurring. They take all the advice
Oh,
and their
man.
life just goes down, and we keep giving them advice.
Marcus asked the same advice question. Didn't we hear this last week? Yeah, he asked it again. He's having the same problem.
His character is not developed.
If you would like to support us further, feel free to listen to our next episode. Releasing bi-weekly. Or you can subscribe to us on patreon.com/starbanditspodcast, where we do release exclusive episodes every other week. And in the meantime, I'm your co-host, Marcus Delzell. You can find me on Twitter at Marcus Delzell.
I am Caleb King. You can find me on Twitter at Caleb's Twit. That's Caleb with a K. Or you can find me on TikTok at Anime Girl Kisser.
What do you kids do on Twitter?
Shut the fuck up.
My name is Junaid. You can find me at Echo Junaid.
Howdy. This has been Robbie
Why
Bland.
do you have to say howdy?
You can find me
ending a radio show.
all of my social media at Bland Clan Videos. Adios, everybody.
Wait,
Nice!
wait.
Awesome!
Wait.
That's it. That's it.
Howdy is the opposite of goodbye.
I'm
And
so
you're saying
glad-
goodbye,
I said
and you
howdy,
said
and then I
howdy.
said adios.
All right, bye.